It's not surprising to realize that most of the successful people in our world all have certain things in common, and visualization is certainly one of the top ones. From sportsmen to politicians to actors, entrepreneurs, all of them use visualization to open the doors to exciting, limitless futures. Visualization will change your life. But before I explain about visualization, let me explain a little bit about hypnosis. Hypnosis is a beautiful state of mind. Hypnosis is something that all of us experience for around about 70% of our day. Now, a couple of great examples of hypnosis. The first one is when you're driving your car and you go from A to B, and at the end of your journey, you don't remember actually doing the journey. It's almost like you're on autopilot. Another brilliant example is when you're focused on something, perhaps in a room in the house, and somebody comes in the room and they try and get your attention. So they may say your name. So in my case, it'd be Jamie. And you ignore them. And they say it again, Jamie. And you ignore them and Jamie. And eventually it's almost like you've been woken up and yet you weren't asleep. So now you realize, as you listen to me, that this is something that's happened to you a lot. And if it isn't something that happens to you a lot, then you are part of around about 10% of the population. The rest of us experience hypnosis for 70% of our lives, like I said. It's an amazing thing to realize that 70% of our lives we are actually in a dream state. So how does this happen? It happens when your conscious mind basically goes to sleep and your subconscious mind takes over and we start to daydream. Sometimes we can try and focus on one thought, and then before we know it, we're thinking about something completely different because the subconscious mind has allowed us to journey through almost randomness in our minds. The conscious mind is the critical mind that controls all the information that we take from the subconscious mind in real time. For example, all the words that we say, the answers to questions, that critical thinking. The subconscious mind is actually like a huge filing cabinet, full of all of our memories and experiences and all the events of our life. So when I ask people if they've been hypnotized before, everybody who has never been hypnotized by a hypnotherapist like me always says no, when in actual fact, around about 90% of us are in and out of hypnosis all the way through our lives. But what good is this kind of self-hypnosis if you're just daydreaming? Well, the truth is, without direction, it just simply passes the time. So to get the best out of it, you need to focus your attention on the things that are going to make changes in your life, because when you use your subconscious mind like this, you are actually visualizing. So in this video today, I'm going to explain to you how you can start to shift your focus and your attention and achieve truly life-changing results with your own subconscious mind. And to be honest, not really that much time dedicated. It's not surprising to realize that most of the successful people in our world all have certain things in common, and visualization is certainly one of the top ones. From sportsmen to politicians to actors, entrepreneurs, all of them use visualization to open the doors to exciting, limitless futures. Using visualization, you can correct things from the past and rehearse things for the future. For example, if something has happened in your past that has bothered you, perhaps upset you, perhaps you behaved in a way that you wish you hadn't, and it plays on your mind still, you can use visualization to relive the moment, event, or experience, but this time relive it in the way that you wish you'd have done it in the first place. Perhaps with you doing or saying something different and with a different outcome, or changing the way you felt in that moment. A good example would be a flight with lots of turbulence, and perhaps it frightened you in the moment and you got really scared and upset, and now just the thought of flying brings back all of those emotions, that fear, because there is now a trigger in your mind connected to that event. So you could imagine visualizing that event from before the trauma took place, before the turbulence, and reliving that moment, but doing it in a way that you wish you'd have done it in the first place, without any worries, without any stress, totally relaxed and at ease, and completely in control of your emotions. By repeating this visualization process, you can literally neutralize the feelings. And once this exercise has been completed, you can then think back to this event and you feel completely differently. You feel better. The fear has gone, or at very least subsided. The subconscious mind is truly incredible, but what we have to understand is that it's here to help us. So we must direct it when possible and tell it exactly what we want it to do for us. By using visualization, we can take this to the next level, undoing negativity and replacing it with positivity. Rehearsing your future by using visualization is something I could not recommend enough. I've used it for so many things in my life, and the most important being the start of my career, focusing on what I needed to focus on to start in the first place. I used to do a lot of stage work, and I used visualization to practice and practice and practice, rehearse until I felt like I'd worked on the stage for months without ever working on the stage. Every single morning, my routine was to have a black coffee and then walk for 30 minutes to go to the gym to do boxing and then home again. And on that journey for 6 months, all I did was visualize exactly how I wanted things to work out on the stage. For the first month, I had a script in my notepad and I would read over and over and over again. Once I had learnt it, I would leave the notepad at home and just go over and over the script now in my mind. In fact, it became so real in my mind that I actually changed the script a few times over the course of 6 months until it felt perfect, it felt right, and it started to work, which sounds crazy because it was just in my mind. But when you reach that level of focus, you start to understand that it really is a perfect simulation of what's going to happen. After 6 months, I was more than ready. And when I worked on the stage for the first time, it not only felt comfortable and easy, I was actually relaxed, completely natural, and it was one of the best feelings ever. The first time on stage was for over an hour, and the buzz was incredible. No negativity, no anxiety, nothing could hold me back. And since then, I found it very easy and put that down mainly to the strong visualization preparation that I did for those 6 months for just 30 to 60 minutes every single day, 5 days a week. You can literally visualize and rehearse anything that's coming up in your life. A driving test, a job interview, an interaction, a social situation, a date, a speech, and the list goes on. The next kind of visualization I want to talk about is visualizing a future for yourself. Picturing yourself with the things that you want in life. Driving that car of your dreams perhaps, living in the house that you've always wanted. Happy in that family environment you crave, winning the trophy at sports events, getting that bonus, reaching your goals and surpassing your wildest dreams. You see, when you visualize these things with your complete focus, your subconscious mind is receiving the message clearly that this is what you want and need. And with the right focus and dedication, your subconscious mind starts moving in the right direction and pushes you gently towards small goals that you need to achieve in order for your journey's destination to be exactly where you want it to be. So you see, your mind can indeed be changed. In fact, what your mind can create, your mind can always change. And that's why hypnotherapy works so well using repetition, positive affirmations, visualizations, and a focused imagination. With these tools and many more, you can retrain your mind easily and consistently. So why don't you click the link below and go and check out my website and see my collection of hypnotherapy audios, because you know something? There might just be one there for you or somebody you know. Have a wonderful day.